Hello, my name is Lori Mitchell, and I'm here with Rachel Tsui today to present our study conducted with Krista Byers-Heinlein on bilingual infants' vocabulary development, focusing on cognate learning. Our main conclusion is that the cognate advantage that has been reported in childhood and adulthood appears to be present in infant vocabulary development as well. Bilinguals have the unique experience of learning translation equivalents, which are two cross-language synonyms for the same concept. These translation equivalents can be cognates, which are phonologically similar, such as banana in English and banane in French, or they can be non-cognates, which are phonologically dissimilar, such as dog and chien. Cognates appear to have a special status in bilingual language processing, where bilinguals are better and quicker at identifying cognates in vocabulary tasks such as a picture naming activity. A study on infants found that Spanish-Catalan bilingual infants produced cognates more readily only if they were form identical, like si, but not form similar cognates, like mano and ma, nor non-cognates, suggesting a cognate advantage only for form identical cognates. Note that Spanish and Catalan are closely related languages and thus share many phonological similarities. This leads us to our research question. Will this advantage for cognates extend to bilingual infants who are learning two languages that have less phonological overlap, specifically English and French? From August 2020 to May 2021, we collected longitudinal expressive vocabulary data from 47 English-French bilingual infants in Quebec, who were between the ages of 16 and 20 months when they started participating. Caregivers completed both the English and Quebec French adaptations of the MacArthur Bates web CDIs monthly. We included a full list of 537 translation equivalents, which had 120 forms similar cognates and 417 non-cognates. We also created a subset from this list called our matched list by restricting to nouns only and matching the items on age of acquisition. This gives us 166 translation equivalents, which included 83 cognates and 83 non-cognates.
Here we looked at the proportion of translation equivalent pairs bilingual infants produced and whether they would produce more cognate pairs than non-cognate pairs. Infants were given a score of 1 if both the English and French words in a translation equivalent pair were produced. Otherwise, a score of 0 was given. In both the full and match list, we see that bilingual infants produce a greater proportion of cognate pairs than non-cognate pairs, with the purple line representing cognates always being above the green line representing non-cognates. Moreover, this pattern was modulated by age, where more cognates were produced than non-cognates over time. Overall, the cognate effect we observed is unlikely to be due to confounding factors since the same patterns were found in both the full and the match list. In fact, we also conduct another analysis looking at the number of words instead of pairs. Please feel free to ask more at the Q&A section. Our results suggest that bilingual infants leverage phonological similarity in acquiring cross-language vocabulary. While monolingual infants have been found to favor learning similar sounding words over non-similar sounding ones, it is also the same for bilingual infants. This would predict that bilingual infants would learn form identical cognates more readily if there are any in their two languages than form similar cognates. Another factor that contributes to the cognate advantage is related to language distance. While word learning could be facilitated by phonologically similar languages, it is possible that cross-language word learning is easier for those bilingual infants who are learning closer language pairs like Spanish and Catalan. Having said that, our study found a cognate advantage in bilingual infants, even if they are learning a pair of languages with relatively less phonological similarity. More studies are needed to fully understand the cognate effects in infants. We might need to have different expectations for bilingual infants learning different language pairs. Thank you very much for listening. Wishing you a great time at the conference.